The United States government is quietly stealing 85% of your Social Security benefits, and they are using a secret, outdated legal formula to do it. Imagine waking up in 2026, after decades of hard work, only to discover that your primary retirement income has been slashed by the very people who promised to protect it. This is not a drill. It is a calculated, brutal wealth transfer designed to bail out a broken system using your life savings. For years, you were told that your Social Security check was your guaranteed, tax-free reward for a lifetime of service. That was a lie. The horrifying reality almost nobody in Washington will admit is that the IRS has a weaponized tax trap waiting for you. Under an arbitrary calculation, they determine what they call your provisional income, and this formula is specifically rigged to trigger massive penalties on middle-class seniors. This calculation is a vicious betrayal. It does not just look at your Social Security payments to decide how much they can take. The IRS combines your pension, your interest on savings, and then, in an outrageous move, they force you to add 50% of your already taxed Social Security benefits back into the mix. They are literally forcing you to use your own earned benefits to inflate your income, solely to push you into a higher tax bracket and tax those exact same benefits again. If this combined number crosses an absurdly low threshold, just $25,000 for single retirees or $32,000 for married couples, the IRS steps in. Suddenly, up to 85% of your monthly checks, money you already paid taxes on, becomes fully taxable ordinary income. This invisible trap is crushing the purchasing power of seniors who can least afford it. You try to save extra in traditional accounts, but every single dollar you withdraw from your traditional 401k or IRA only serves to trigger this provisional income trap, increasing the tax burden on your Social Security. It is a rigged cycle that guarantees the government always takes its huge cut first, leaving you struggling with the crumbs. The rules of the game have changed, and outdated advice is a path to financial ruin. The IRS is quietly waiting for you to fail, intending to capture as much of your wealth as possible. But the critical turning point is now. You do not have to fall victim to this double-dipping scam. There is a powerful, totally legal strategy that wealthy retirees use to ensure their income remains shielded and their Social Security checks arrive 100% tax-free. To reclaim your financial freedom, you must implement the precise solution we are about to reveal next. The system wants you to believe that paying your taxes diligently is enough to secure a peaceful retirement. But the truth is, the IRS has designed the rules of 2026 to target the middle class. When they calculated your Social Security, they never adjusted the thresholds for modern inflation. The limit of $32,000 for married couples was set in 1983 and has remained frozen ever since. Think about that. While the price of food, housing, and healthcare has skyrocketed over 40 years, the government's tax thresholds have stayed exactly the same. This means that every time you get a small cost of living adjustment on your Social Security, you are actually being pushed closer to the tax trap. It is a quiet, mathematical setup designed to claw back the money you were promised. To break free from this cycle, you must understand how the IRS views your retirement savings. For decades, Wall Street told you that putting money into a traditional 401k or traditional IRA was the smartest move you could make. They promised you that you would be in a lower tax bracket when you retired, so paying the taxes later would save you thousands. But they completely hid the fact that those future withdrawals would become the very fuel that destroys your Social Security benefits. Every single dollar you pull out of those accounts to pay for your basic needs is registered by the IRS as ordinary taxable income. This taxable income is then added to your provisional income calculation, triggering the double taxation of your benefits. It is a perfect trap designed to make sure you never truly win. The government lets you defer your taxes today, only to charge you compound interest and tax your retirement safety net tomorrow. This is why ordinary savings strategies are failing millions of hardworking American seniors in 2026. If You want to keep what is yours. You have to stop playing their rigged game and start using the exact same financial weapons that wealthy families used to build an invisible shield around their retirement wealth. Which brings us to the ultimate tax-free strategy. That ultimate shield is the strategic Roth conversion. Most retirees store their lifetime savings in traditional 401ks or IRAs. What they do not realize is that every single dollar taken out of these traditional accounts is classified as ordinary taxable income. This taxable income is the exact fuel that ignites the provisional income formula, triggering the tax on your Social Security. But the Roth IRA operates under a completely different set of rules. When you convert your traditional funds into a Roth account, you pay the tax upfront. Once the money is inside the Roth, it grows tax-free, and more importantly, all future withdrawals are completely tax-free. Because the IRS legally cannot count tax-free Roth withdrawals as part of your provisional income, your Social Security benefits remain entirely untouched and shielded from federal taxes. This is a massive legal loophole that allows you to fundamentally restructure your tax profile. Imagine receiving your monthly Social Security check, pulling out money from your retirement accounts to travel or pay bills, and having the IRS look at your tax return and see absolutely zero taxable income. It sounds too good to be true, but it is the exact strategy written into the tax code that the government hopes you never discover. By shifting your assets from tax-deferred to tax-free, you are effectively taking back control of your financial destiny. You are ending the government's ability to double-dip into your savings. However, you cannot just blindly move your money and expect everything to work out perfectly. Implementing this strategy requires extreme precision, deep planning, and an understanding of how tax brackets actually function, or you will quickly fall into another highly expensive trap that could ruin your entire plan. The next step is understanding that you cannot simply rush into these conversions. If you decide to convert your entire traditional retirement account into a Roth IRA in a single tax year, you will fall directly into what financial planners call the tax speed trap. If you convert a massive lump sum all at once, the IRS will classify that entire conversion as ordinary income received in that specific year. If you have a substantial amount like $200,000 in a traditional 401k, converting it all in one go will instantly push you into the highest federal tax brackets. You will find yourself paying an outrageously high tax rate today, which completely destroys the benefit of the strategy. Instead of legally shielding your wealth, you would be voluntarily handing over a massive chunk of your savings to the government. This is why you must use a highly calculated, year-by-year method to migrate your wealth safely. To avoid this trap, the wealthy use a strategy called tax bracket topping. Instead of converting your entire balance at once, you only convert a carefully calculated portion of your traditional IRA each year. Your goal is to look at your current income tax bracket and determine exactly how much room you have left before you cross over into the next, higher tax tier. For example, if you are in the 12% tax bracket, you only convert enough traditional funds to keep you right at the top of that 12% line. By doing this step by step over several years, you systematically move your assets into a permanent, tax-free Roth environment while paying the absolute lowest tax rates possible. This slow and steady transition allows you to protect your future Social Security benefits without ever triggering a massive, unexpected tax bill today, allowing you to completely bypass the provisional income trap that the government has set up to catch middle-class seniors off guard. This is the exact blueprint to keeping your wealth fully intact. However, for retirees with larger portfolios, or those who need an additional layer of financial security, there is another powerful shield that goes completely off the IRS radar. This strategy utilizes cash value life insurance policies, specifically maximum funded cash accumulation contracts. The wealthy have used this exact method for over a century to keep their retirement cash flow completely invisible to the tax collector. When you build cash value inside these specialized policies, your money grows in a fully tax-sheltered environment, safe from stock market crashes. The true benefit comes when you need to access this cash during retirement. Instead of taking standard taxable withdrawals, you take highly structured, tax-free policy loans against your own cash value. Because the IRS legally classifies these distributions as loans and not income, they are completely exempt from federal income taxes. They never show up on your tax returns, meaning they have absolutely zero impact on your provisional income calculations. You can use this money to supplement your lifestyle while keeping your reported income low enough to ensure your Social Security checks remain 100% tax-free. By combining a systematic Roth conversion with a cash value policy, you build a dual-layered financial fortress. One layer systematically lowers your taxable retirement assets, while the other provides a quiet stream of tax-free liquidity that the IRS cannot touch. This level of financial sophistication is what separates ordinary retirees, who watch their wealth slowly vanish, from the smart investors who keep every single dollar they have, earned through decades of hard work and dedicated service. The urgency to implement these wealth shielding strategies has never been higher as we navigate the economic realities of 2026. The United States national debt has reached historic levels, and the federal government is actively looking for ways to fund its massive spending. The current low tax brackets we enjoy are not permanent. They are legally scheduled to sunset, meaning tax rates are highly projected to rise across the board in the very near future. If you leave your life savings sitting in traditional, tax-deferred accounts, you are essentially holding a financial ticking time bomb, letting the government decide how much of your wealth they want to take when tax rates jump. Every day you procrastinate is a day you risk letting the IRS dictate your financial future. When tax rates rise, the cost of converting your traditional accounts to a tax-free Roth will become much more expensive. The wealthy are actively moving their assets out of the line of fire right now, locking in the current low tax rates before the laws change. You must follow this exact same blueprint. Do not wait for the government to change the rules of the game. Restructuring your assets today is the only way to protect your hard-earned Social Security and ensure that your retirement remains secure and completely under your control. The system is rigged to extract taxes from you at every stage, but by taking immediate action and applying these advanced legal frameworks, you ensure that your golden years are spent in absolute peace, completely out of the reach of desperate politicians in Washington. You worked your entire life, paid your taxes, and earned every single dollar of your Social Security check. Allowing an outdated, unfair tax formula to double-dip into your retirement savings is simply not an option. By taking proactive, legal steps today to restructure your income, you strip the government of its power to tax your benefits. You transition from being a passive participant in a rigged system to a strategic manager of your own wealth. The tools are fully available. The laws are legally on your side, and a tax-free retirement is completely achievable. Imagine the absolute peace of mind knowing that no matter how high national debt goes, your wealth remains fully protected. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. The IRS has many other hidden traps waiting for seniors, from healthcare surcharges to estate taxes, and you cannot afford to stay in the dark. If you want to master these hidden wealth strategies, shield your Social Security, and keep every single dollar in your pocket, you need to subscribe to Honest Senior Finance right now. We are dedicated to exposing the independent financial truths that Washington and Wall Street actively try to hide from you. Tap that subscribe button immediately and turn on all notifications so you never miss a single warning. Once you subscribe, do not wait. Go straight to our channel page right now and watch our other deep dive videos. We have step-by-step guides exposing the 401k tax bombs and the secret Medicare penalties that could cost you thousands. Share this video with fellow retirees who deserve to know the truth about their benefits. Thank you for watching. Take control of your financial destiny today, and we will see you right now in our next video.